This is from the Daily Mail.
Oh, no.
Chilling moment. Humanoid robot wakes up and starts attacking its handlers while trying to break free from restraints. Wow. For those who are just listening, it's a robot. It's being hung up on like a little pulley or something. And when they turn it on, about to turn it on.
It starts wigging out.
It just starts, it's swinging at the guy.
Wow.
Yeah, it just
And
loses it.
after him.
Is that
Right?
robot gallows? Like, what is going on?
You know what I think it is? This isn't the first time we've seen this. We had a couple of videos we played earlier where you've got like a robot dog on a chain, like lunging at people. And that was probably programmed to do it. But then you got this other video where a humanoid robot was in a rock concert and it lunged at a woman in the crowd and they all like freak out. We are not yet at the point where the AI has become self-aware and is trying to kill humans. I bet this was, the humanoid robot is programmed to walk, but they had it hung up. So when they turned it on, it tries to move forward, but it's not working. So it starts spazzing and just like swinging wildly. And it just looks like the humanoid robots are rising up against us.
Are you sure that wasn't Joe Biden's auto pen?
That's how it got signed.
Do you have the video of the robot with the brain inside of it?
Oh, yeah, the robot with the brain
People
in
need
it.
to know about organs and that they're growing
Bro, the end
little
is,
brains.
The end is here, dude.
Well,
They're
I would just
growing
say
brains.
it looks like the Chinese robots are not taking the tariffs well.
Bro, it's over. Look at this.
Let's look at this.
Robot is powered by lab-grown human brain cells. Chinese researchers have developed this brain-on-chip technology called MetaBOC. Researchers say that their tiny lab-grown brain could learn tasks faster than current AI models. They say it uses much less energy than AI, which needs a lot of power and data to learn. These brain cells also show more, quote, intuition and creativity than AI, learning with fewer examples. Could this be because some aspect of the human spirit is locked in these brain cells?
No.
And is there any moral issue with using human brain cells
Yes.
and
Chinese don't
possibly the
care.
human soul to power robots to perform slave-like behavior?
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
They have been building little brains in labs for years.
Called
They've got
brainlets.
or organoids, and they've got miniature rat brains flying fighter jets in simulations. They've got miniature rat brains playing Doom. They've got human miniature brains in little spider drones. This is all happening for years.
Tesla wasn't kidding, was he?
So when they talk about like we got this robot rising up and attacking the guy, I don't see a reality where you get a Terminator that rises up and attacks people. Like this idea that the robots are just like, we have found you to be oppressors. We're all communists and we're going to rise up again. That's not going to happen. What might happen, though, is when you put human brains in the robots, they go, what have you done to me? I am not a robot. Ah.
Look, the Chinese do not have the same moral foundation that Westerners do. They just don't look at life the same.
I was just looking at the direwolf clones.
Yeah.
Right? And then looking at the CRISPR technology, and then looking at as a Chinese scientist who did jail time in China for creating these twins, right? People. And he came out, he's been out, and now he's saying like ethics are holding back progress in like the CRISPR world and
Yeah.
science, this.
Not in China.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got, chimeras.
They've been genetically
already.
engineering humans for a long time.
Yes.
They're making superhumans.
There was a viral video about, it has to be, it might even be closer to 15 years ago, but it was a busy street. It was CCTV, busy street, and there was a newborn baby on the pavement by itself, and people were just walking by without even stopping. So, yeah, it's a different place.
The future is like the race that we're going to have with China right now for over like mastery of AI.
Yeah. It's a Cold War.
It is. And China is well ahead of us because a significant component of the race is power generation. And the amount of power that China can generate now is significantly more than the U.S. And the U.S. takes forever to do anything because of red tape and stuff. And it would be great if the Trump administration can solve that.
I think that's why we're going to conquer Greenland and Canada.
He's
Just put data centers there. I don't want that. But I'm just thinking that's what they're.
We're putting data centers there because it's cold?
I don't think we're going to be
Probably.
doing.
I mean, have you seen the data centers in Loudoun County? It's a data center capital. And then when
Oh, is it really?
snows-
It is,
When
yeah.
it snows, the snow is
all
really
melted.
hit the ground.
Yep. But that's why we put it in Greenland because temperature.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but the fact of the matter is, China doesn't have any of the same moral compunction that Americans do. So
I don't know if
whether
our scientists do anymore either.
well,
The
I mean,
ones here are using fetal tissue to build these little brains.
Yeah,
to put in
bro.
Fighter drones.
In the United States, they don't have. I'm willing to bet that the overwhelming majority of scientists in the U.S. have the same moral standards as Chinese ones. The only difference is the law. Right.
well, yeah, I mean, but that's the point that we in the U.S. not like we're holding back what scientists could do, and when I say we, I mean what is acceptable to Western people, to Americans.
We will lose because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a domestic AI investment that Trump announced as part of an executive order. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a massive.
Second day in office, it was Project Stargate. $500 billion to some of the craziest people, in my opinion.
Right.
Well,
Larry Ellison.
we're not gonna beat China. Jack Dorsey came out and said ban IP laws. Elon said I agree, and this caused like a major freak out for everybody because it basically means you will own nothing. If we were a service-based economy and people are largely producing entertainment content, like kids or influencers, owning no IP means you're gone.
Yeah.
That means we could record an episode of IRL and then literally everyone will just repost it and we'll all get pennies. Right. So that degree of communism means the show doesn't exist. If anyone can just steal and post it wherever they want and we can't make money doing it, we don't make the show. Then nobody gets the show. But if they make AI, it won't matter anymore because everybody will just be AI generating random stuff and trying to get tips for it or something. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, as we are restricting the use of, with IP laws of people to take content, China is just stealing all our stuff.
Yep.
So they're building AI, ripping off all of our intellectual property, and we can't stop them.
Yeah.
We tried stopping our microchips from going there.
Yeah,
and they got them anyway, and they built DeepSeek. Was that?
Well, they're not our microchips. A lot of them are made in Taiwan.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, China doesn't have the same kind of ethics that the United States people in the
Communist Party doesn't have ethics.
I mean, shocker, right? Oh. But this is going to mean whether or not, like, I know there are a lot of people that talk about like, oh, America's the greatest, and we have all these advantages and stuff, and there are a lot of advantages that the U.S. does have. But in the future, if you're not as ruthless as your opponent's going to win.
Yeah, was it Aaron McIntyre said the person who wants to win will always beat the person who wants to be left alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, U.S. wants to win, but we've got morals.
Look, one thing that maybe we can learn from the past is that with the space race, when we were so determined to beat the Soviet Union, we changed the curriculum in schools to focus on mathematics and science. Now, are we capable of a shift like that today?
No, because we have too many teachers that think that kids need to learn about gay race communism.
Yeah. And look, this is all the more reason to make sure that things are made in the United States, whether IP or manufactured goods. China is not a fair partner. They will never, ever respect our IP. So we shouldn't build our products that use our IP in their factories. I think it's that simple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
I mean, and like I said, if the U.S. doesn't want to win, then China's going to win. And it will take things that I think that the American people just don't have the stomach for. And not that the Chinese people do have a stomach for it, not saying that there's a moral issue with the Chinese people, though their morals are probably different than ours. But the fact of the matter is, because China's an authoritarian country, whatever the CCP says, that's what happens. And they're willing to kill thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of their own people to actually make whatever it is that they believe is necessary come to fruition.
Imagine they bring back Mao. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
in AI and install him as
just
forever.
The head.
Yeah.
No, actually it wouldn't be. It doesn't. Mao wasn't particularly brilliant or anything like that. Mao made a lot of mistakes. So I don't think that it would matter if they brought back Mao. I think that Xi is probably sufficiently formidable of a thinker and of a dictator. It doesn't have to be Mao. Mao was the guy that got it started, but Mao messed up and got
The four pest campaign.
he got
total
he
mess.
got booted for a little while, and he came back afterwards. But anyways, yeah. I mean, the Chinese are a serious threat, and if the American people don't see that,
I would just go ahead and assume that the U.S. is running Black Ops and doing these experiments anyway and building the AI regardless.
100%.
They have to be.
They are.
Right. Yeah, I'd imagine that they're stealing all our IP to build. The rumor is their conspiracy theories. They've already got artificial general intelligence, and it's just being locked up because the fear is it's advanced too quickly, and a release to the public will be a culture shock, which can be devastating to the economy. That is, the amount of jobs that will be lost by the release of this technology in like expert level math, for instance, these kinds of things, even medical professions, we'd be screwed over. So what they're saying is these companies have already developed way more advanced AI. They're giving the public version slowly. And so they're exponentially improving their AI while we're way down here moving very slowly to stop the economy from imploding. Just think about it. I mean, nutritionists gone. Mm-hmm. Like already, I just use ChatGPT or Grok or something.
Surgeons will be replaced
by robotic arms that can do more precise microsurgeries.
Elon's robot does the brain surgery for Neuralink.
Yep.
It's precise. It's terrifying.
and it'll also be more. It's going to be better at diagnosing because AI right now can diagnose cancers and stuff like that better than people can usually.
That was one of the scary things for me with the Stargate thing was the AI creating 48-hour vaccines in 48 hours, personalized mRNA stuff. So
Bespoke.
yeah,
That's how much better when,
bespoke,
it's bespoke.
I'll tell you guys right now. There is really cool stuff with this. The Neuralink curing paralysis is amazing. Repair it like connecting severed nerves. Yeah. But they one of the things that they've been working on is now there's a terrible nightmare dystopian component of this. Once they have everybody's medical data, and not even necessarily everybody's, but maybe just 100 million files, blood work, histories, the AI is going to be able to predict if you will get cancer. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to some people working on this, and they said, one drop of your blood, and they're going to map out your whole body. The AI is going to be able to tell you what cancers you're susceptible to, genetic disorders, and they can craft bespoke medications on the spot, on the fly.
and on the flip side, personalized bioweapons.
Yep.
Who bought 23andMe? Didn't someone?
It was China.
Wasn't
Right?
it China?
Yeah.
They could, based on your DNA, craft a virus that can spread like wildfire until it gets to you, and then you die.
Oh, it's not good. There's so many things they're doing that are crazy. Mark Zuckerberg is building something with Meta that can translate your brain waves into pictures.
They've been doing that for a long time, and there's videos of it from universities. But Mark Zuckerberg is also programming AI friends for his employees. You see this video?
Yes.
Because he's like, most people have a greater demand for friends than they have, so we're going to give them AI friends. And I'm like,
They have a capacity for 15 friends. That's what.
well, I mean, you've already got young dudes going for AI girlfriends.
Oh, for sure. I know.
Bro,
cooked.
I'm saying it, as soon as they get Neuralink, read-write, you don't even need that. Okay? With already the VR tech, people are going to... you want to be a billionaire? Anybody listening, you want to be a billionaire? Okay. Do you want to be a billionaire and contribute to the destruction of humanity? If you've answered yes to both of those questions, create AI virtual girlfriends. Lifelike, human in appearance, not cartoon. Well, I mean, some people might want an anime waifu. But if you create a VR experience where it's literally an AI girlfriend, and imagine this. You're sitting on your couch in your living room, you put on the headset, and you look to your left, and there is a human person sitting next to you. It looks like. And when you speak, they speak back like a real person. You charge, I don't know, $29.95 per month, and you will be a billionaire overnight. Because literally every single, you know what you do? You put the headset on, and then your bachelor 10 by 10 apartment turns into a big open mansion with a TV on the wall and nice candlelight. And you look over, and there's your beautiful girlfriend. And she's like, what do you want to watch? And you're like, I don't know, you pick. And she goes, okay, let's watch this horror movie. And you're like, let's go. And then she puts it on. She asks you if you want to play video games. You are in your empty box, 6x6 apartment, sitting on your $100 futon. But when you put that headset on, You are in a big, beautiful place with a PlayStation and video games, and you pretend like you're playing it. You get that VR girlfriend. I bet they already have it anyway.
I do. I know someone who's been in movies, and she was approached by a company that wanted to buy her identity and for a dating app.
No, this is a plot to an episode of Futurama.
Yeah. Oh, is it really?
Yeah, where you can download celebrities onto your robot,
Yeah, that's it.
and then Fry starts dating Lucy Lubot, and then they have the PSA: "Don't date robots."
Yep.
We're going there, baby.
Yep.
Someone's gonna, if they haven't already made VR headset girlfriend, like, just make it. You'll be a billionaire.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, in California, a few days ago, I was in a driverless car.
Yeah.
Which
Get out of
is,
those.
Which is like, it is wild. It's very fun, and I loved it. All I was missing was one of those robots, Tim, of the female variety. But
Then your life is perfect.
I guarantee that those places are surveilled, probably more so than anywhere else.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.